to my channel, or if you're not new, hi, welcome. In today's video, you guys can already tell from the title, we're going to be starting to crochet my fall wardrobe. This is going to be a kind of quick intro because I really want to get started on making this, and I wanted to make the intro right now so I just have it done and over with, because recently I have not been filming my intros and then having to go back and film them. So we're just going to have a really weird looking intro. At first, I had no idea what I wanted to do for the very first part of this series. Basically going to be me crocheting a bunch of fall related clothing items and maybe even some room decor and stuff like that. And I never really wear any of the crochet stuff that I make. I've worn something out in public one time and I absolutely loved it. It was one of those spiderweb type tops and everybody loved it. I loved wearing it. It was so fun to tell people that I made it. I want to do that again. Starting with this granny square. I don't even know how to describe what it is. The hexagon and granny square, but it's a pullover. So instead of making the cardigan, you just attach it in the front with the cute little collar. I at first was just gonna make it in the maroon color, but I looked at it and I thought about it some more, and the way that it fits, I feel like it would look too square and too boxy for just one color. I'm gonna be using the Red Heart Super Saver yarn in the shade, I think it's Clarinet or Clarinet. You guys will see what it is. And then I'm also going to be using the Big Twist Value yarn that's in the shade black as well. I only have 2 skeins of this, and I have a lot of the Red Heart yarn, so we're going to use more of the Red Heart than this yarn, but this will help give it some extra color to it. Don't know if you guys know about the Joann's yarn that came out last year for Halloween. It was very, very small limited. It came in these 3 different colors. I only have one of each though, besides this like green color. This shade in particular, I think it was called like Vampy Reds is what it was called. It has some black, gray, and some like burgundy, maroon, burnt red colors. But I only have one of it, and it's one of the smaller skeins, I think. Yeah, it's a 269 yards, and I'm a bigger person, as you can probably tell, so using this incorporated into the cardigan was going to be very, very few. It had to really be sparsed out. And also, I have kind of a personal attachment to these now. I was really surprised that I was able to get a hold of them. So I don't know if I'm ever actually going to make anything with them just because they're so pretty. I think I'm just gonna have them on display or something. So instead, we're just gonna do the burgundy and the black. And what is so cool about this is the fact that this particular color was originally gonna be a cardigan. I'm gonna be frogging my first ever crochet piece. Now you might be like, why would you want to do something like that? Technically, it was the second piece I ever made because the first one did get complete. It was like one of those checkered bags. This never got fully complete because the fact that the sleeve did not get done. The second one did not get complete because I ran out of yarn. I don't even know by how many rows because this is still a really long, decent size. This was basically a full-size sleeve, and for whatever reason I just stopped working on it. And then as you saw, I have another skein of it. Went and bought the skein of yarn and then I never used it. Present me is just not in love with wanting a cardigan like this. Yeah, it would be really nice to layer with things, but I can also use this pullover and I'm probably gonna wear it more. And I know it's made with a bunch of yarn. It has at least 4 skeins in it. This front panel alone, it goes about down to my knees, and it's the front and the back panel attached together. Now we're gonna go ahead and hop on into it. If you guys haven't already, if you will subscribe to my channel, that way you guys can see more crochet content from me in the future. And if you like this video and leave me a comment, that also helps me know that you guys like this content. If you guys want, you can comment down below what stuff that you're making this fall crochet wise, or just let me know more crochet type content you want to see from me, because I'm always looking for more crochet video ideas. With all that being said, let's go ahead and just get started crocheting. I'm going to use Passionate Kelsey's tutorial. I used her tutorials before for her other like hexagon granny square cardigan, and even for a couple of her tops as well. So I know that I will be able to follow her pattern very easily. In her tutorial, she does use a 6.5mm hook. I've used a 6.5 for the regular cardigan that she normally makes, and it's okay, but it's a little more airy. So I'm actually going to use a 6mm hook instead of the 6.5, just because I have really loose tension and I don't want it to be completely see-through. With all that being said, let's go ahead and get started making this pullover. Also, I look like a demon for some reason. Like, this lighting is not it right now, but like I said, it's really late at night, so we're just gonna bear with it right now. I'm very like stressed out for absolutely no reason. There's no reason for me to be stressed out, but my anxiety and just everything has been getting to me today. But I'm hoping that crocheting this, something that's really easy, is going to kind of help take that stress away. Last night I actually made pretty decent progress. I wanted to stop right here because I have so many rows that I've already completed, and I want to make sure that I make it the right size because I am using a different size hook than what I normally make my hexagon granny squares for. I wanted to kind of try it on and figure everything out. It also was just getting really late last night, but this is what I came up with. 17 rows once I get done with the row that I just started. I'm not really sure how many more we're gonna do. I'm kind of just gonna wing it as I go, but I do want it to be a little bit oversized, and it just works up so fast. That's the thing that I'm absolutely loving about this project. I love making these types of projects, but I have so many of them already, like the hexagon granny squares. I have at least, I was gonna say 3 of them. I have like a neon colored one, an orange colored one, and a brown colored one, but the brown colored one has a hoodie on it, and I might even have even more than that, but those are just the 3 I can think of off the top of my head right now. But this one's gonna be a pullover, so it's a little bit different. So yeah, we're gonna continue working on this for a majority of the day. I do have work later on today, but it is almost noon. I think I woke up a little bit kind of early for me anyways. I went and made some coffee, so I'm going to just sit down, chill, and relax. I'm not sure what I want to watch just yet. Last night I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos. I really think, even though this does not correlate with the vibe of the cardigan, I think I want to start watching Outer Banks again. I only watched the first season and then I never watched any more of it. So I think I'm going to go back, rewatch the first season, and then get caught up on it. Now it's time for me to go and add the sleeve to it, and I normally really don't like doing ribbing at all, but I think for this project in particular it will work out. Well, not work out, but it's necessary. But mind the pink hair because my hair is gonna get dyed blonde again soon, so picture with blonde hair and like black pants. I think it'll be very cute, and then I can style it up or down. I did end up doing the 17 rows, I think it was. I did 17 rows, and then on that last part of the 17th row was when I connected it together. I can continue just working in the round. And also, ironically enough, I just finished the first episode of season 1 of Outer Banks. Once I get past like the 2nd or 3rd episode, it's gonna be like my first official rewatch for me, and I just forgot how good this show was. I don't know why I never went and watched it. It does have 3 seasons, so I definitely will have plenty of stuff to watch. There's a lot of shows that I have not been watching just because I haven't been in a TV show watching mood, but I think that's gonna start changing since I'm now picking back up crocheting. So if you guys have any TV show recommendations, let me know down below because I need more shows to watch. There's a lot of TV shows that I have never gotten around to watching that I really want to get to at some point. Also a lot of horror movies that I still need to watch. I don't know. I think it'll be fun if I kind of chit chat just a little bit in every video about like what I'm watching. Yeah, season 1, episode 1 of Outer Banks has been complete. I didn't even really work on very much in those, what is it, like 45 minutes or something. I'm gonna go continue watching Outer Banks. We're going to finish up this sleeve, and I think we're gonna cinch it in, because if I don't cinch it in, it's gonna be very big. I like baggy sleeves. I don't want it to be too baggy to the point where it's like in my way, I guess is the best way to put it. So we'll see what I end up doing. I want it to go like all the way down, maybe do a little cuff. So here is what the sweater is currently looking like. I extended out 10 rows across this way, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and change to my black yarn to make a little bit of a cinched in cuff. Passionate Kelsey's tutorial though does not really do the cinched in cuff. She just does a row of single crochets around. So I think I'm just gonna do what I used to do, or kind of just wing it a little bit. I have made cuffs before on granny square cardigans, so I don't think it'll be that difficult. I'm doing the ribbing right now, and tell me why I'm not hating the process of it. I always hate doing ribbing on all my projects because I'm like, I don't want to crochet, like do single crochets in the back loop. I just don't like it. I think it's very repetitive and I hate it, and it goes by really slow. I was just sitting here just figuring it out, and I'm almost done. I don't know if I'm exactly gonna like the way that it looks. I'm gonna have to try it on afterwards because I don't want it to be super like tight on my wrist, but I also don't want it to be too loose as well. I basically did decreases for an entire round in the black, and then I chained six because I'm doing 5 single crochets length worth of ribbing, but I chained 6 so I have a turning chain, and then I'm just doing the classic in the back loop, but for the first and last stitch of every row I'm just doing the normal single crochet. And I'm not sure if I'm slip stitching into the right like stitch, but it is cinching it in like I want it to. I also forgot to mention that I did go down to a 5.5mm hook. I used the 6mm hook at first and it was just too loose, so going down to the 5 really did help a lot as well. Here's the best way I can demonstrate it because it's with black yarn, so it's going to be hard to see. So I did my 5 single crochets, so I'm kind of skipping a stitch. I don't know if I'm actually skipping one, but this is just how I see it. I'm not going into this one, and I'm slip stitching into this one and this one, and then turning my work and going back up, chaining one, coming back down, and then skipping one technically, and then doing that over again. I'm not exactly sure if that's how you're supposed to do it. I don't fully remember, if I'm being quite honest. I thought about looking up a tutorial, but I'm lazy. I don't want to do that. I'm filming on my phone and then I'm watching Outer Banks on my iPad. I don't really want to change what I'm doing to try to find a tutorial because I kind of turned off Passionate Kelsey's tutorial a while ago because all I needed was like how to start it, because once I get it started I already knew how to do it. This is by absolutely no means a tutorial. That's why I'm putting down the tutorial that I'm using. Really quick, before I weave in this end, even though I already kind of did weave it in, I think it looks really nice. The question is though, is it gonna be the way I want it to be? It's perfect. It has like a little bit of room. I don't know why I'm so excited for it to work out. It's a very easy, simple project. If I pull it all the way up to my shoulder, it is a little short, but I'm going to go around the outsides right here where this part is and do more rows, obviously, so it comes to about here on me. So when I add those more rows, this will be at this length. So even though it's laying right here on my shoulder, I'm gonna add more rows so that this will be the right length. I didn't measure or anything. I literally just held it up to me and was like, yeah, that'll do. Now it is 4 o'clock and I don't have a huge amount of time until I have to start getting ready for work, but I'm going to start working on this part. I'm gonna add some more going around. For most people, you probably wouldn't have to add that many rows, but it all depends on the size you want. Here's what I've been working on. 3 clusters were where I had attached it. So what I did was I started down here at the corner and worked my way up with the black around, not doing the bottom down here because we'll add that later, because I'm just wanting to add more, including up at the shoulders. So I did only 2 rows. Actually, I did 1 black row and 1 burgundy row. I'm kind of just winging it at this point. I haven't really looked at the tutorial, but I'm just kind of going off of how I remember it used to go. Now I'm probably going to just kind of leave this as it is because I need the other half to know exactly how much I need in the center. I'm gonna get ready, go to work, and then either tonight I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna start making the second sleeve, or we'll do it tomorrow morning. So I actually got ready a little bit faster than I thought I was going to. Instead, I'm going to start a tiny bit of working on this because I want to. Why not? While I'm doing that, I thought I would talk a tiny bit about Outer Banks because I think it's kind of funny. John B was my favorite character because it's funny enough because the reason why he was my favorite, which I think he still is my favorite, and the reason why he was my favorite was because of the fact that he reminds me of Justin Bieber, just like his appearance reminds me of Justin Bieber in a way. The little teenager in me is like screaming. But the funny thing is that him and Sarah and their dynamic, the first time I watched the show, did not like their like little thing going on. Hated it. Well, I didn't hate it, but I was just like, no, I don't want this. I didn't really like her character at all. But watching this like the second time around, we're now halfway through episode 5 actually. I don't know, it's just interesting because now I really like her character. It's funny to think that rewatching a show can change your opinions on a character because I like them now. I like Sarah and John B and their little thing. I think it's sweet and cute. I know there's a lot of people who like love JJ, love him, like they're like his favorite character, you know? It was just like, yeah, like he's a good character. I don't know what I was thinking when I first watched the show. He might be like one of my, like he's like tied, I think, with John B. It's because of all like the trauma. Like I feel bad for him. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. But if I crochet like this, then it's hard for me to see what I'm doing a little bit. Oh wow, the time is passing. I've been sitting here chit-chatting about the show for a good minute now. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. And I will update you guys if I crochet any tonight or we'll pick this back up tomorrow morning. So last night I definitely did make a little bit of progress. This is now the second sleeve update. I worked on this and I ended up stopping only because the fact that I was getting really into watching the rest of Outer Banks. I ended up finishing season 1 last night and I love the show. I really do love that show. I was gonna start season 2, but I was really tired and it was really early in the morning, so I needed to get some sleep. So now today I think I might be able to finish the sleeve because I don't have really anything else to do today. Connected the second sleeve, so now it's time to start working on going down and making the cuff and all of that stuff. This is the first sleeve. I have it laying here so I know how many rows I need. So I have 17 rows before I go down and work on the sleeve. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing for this one. I also finished season 1 of Outer Banks last night. I think I already said that, but I watched the first episode of season 2 and I love this show. I would never picture me as somebody liking this show because it's kind of just like an action drama. I don't even know what you would describe it as. Every episode ends on a cliffhanger and like the way they do it is just so crazy. Like I started up episode 2 immediately and it just picks up exactly where the last episode left off, which makes you want to obviously watch the rest of the show. But at the same time, it annoys me just a little bit because when the episode's getting really good is like when it ends. But other than that, loving it so far. I'm gonna go continue crocheting and continue watching the show. Alright, so both of the sleeves are now officially done. This was the first one. I mean, I don't even think you can actually tell. The lighting is not great, but this is the second one. All done exactly the same. Now I have to try them on and see how much area in the front I need and how much area in the back I need to still add. So what is going on with this lighting? I think it's the lighting over there because it's really early in the morning. It's the next day from the last clip you just saw. I turned off the light because I actually think you can see it better without the light on. We put it on. There's definitely gonna be a lot more that I have to do to it, obviously, but we have a start and that's all that really matters. I know I should probably measure and do a bunch of things, but I don't really want to, so I'm probably not going to, but I know I should. On a totally unrelated note though, I made this like cardigan jacket thing not too long ago, and I have been wearing it non-stop. I absolutely love it. The sleeves I love because I did everything with half double crochet. The sleeves are still half double, I believe, but I did double crochet mesh on the sleeve, so it gives it some airiness. And this morning, me and my boyfriend went on a drive, and the weather was like perfect, like start of fall weather. I know it's not gonna stay, but I loved it. I also love how I did the ribbing on it, and for the first time ever, I put pockets on it. You are not gonna be able to tell really, but they have matching checkered pockets. I've never put pockets on a cardigan before, so I loved that. Then the back of it, I can't see the back very well, but that's the back of it, and I really do like it. And I'm really thinking about making another one in like more of like an actual color scheme. I just had a lot of black and white yarn to use, and I really wanted to make something, and this is the thing that got me back into crocheting again. So if it wasn't for me making this cardigan, you guys would probably never see this video because it like kind of reignited the love for crochet. Anyways, I just wanted to give a quick honorable mention to it because I really like it. Now we're gonna go work on the pullover some more, and I will update you guys when anything else happens with it. A little bit of a quick update. I attached the back. Now we have to do the front. So I already have 5 rows over here that would also have to be continued on this side. And once the 5 rows, this lighting's horrible, but once I put 5 rows over here, I think we're gonna have enough. That's basically what I did in the back. It is very cropped. It is right at like my waist. Definitely I'm gonna have to make it longer. My goal is to just finish this side and connect it together. I think later tonight I'll add length to it, and then I really do think I could finish it today. So laid out here, this is the back piece. Originally I did 2 rows. This is the black and 1 burgundy row that I did all the way around to add more. So we started right here. I worked right here, did 5 rows for this panel, and then on this panel I did 5, but I wanted it to look very cohesive, so I did the 5 rows and then did 1 more row in the black. So there's technically 6 rows on this side and 5 on this side, so it is a little disproportionate, but I think it looks really seamless like that, and I really do like it. My plan is to do the same thing on the front. Everybody's gonna have these adjustments made differently, but this is just like for me personally, and I kind of veered off of the pattern just a little bit. I started not really going off the pattern anymore because I just kind of knew what I was doing. And then I kind of messed up a little bit here and there and had to go back and figure it out. Basically followed Passionate Kelsey's tutorial, but then made my own cuffs, and have kind of not followed it since I learned how to do like the hexagon part, because I just didn't remember how to like start it. I haven't really been watching any more of Outer Banks. I think I'm on episode 5 of season 2 right now. Keep focusing on it and not crocheting, so I ended up just watching a bunch of crochet YouTube videos, and that's what I'm going to continue to do while I work on this. Not me completely just sewing up the front of it, so now there's no collar part, so it just looks like a normal shirt. I'm going to fix that really quick. I luckily went from the bottom up, so all I'm gonna do is just take out a couple of these and then fold it and see how I like it. That's 3 clusters. This is not the right top to wear it with either. I kind of like it just like that though, with 3 clusters. I keep taking one more off, and then I'm like, well, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna leave it at 4. It's a little bit lower than I'd want, but I can also just pull it. I really do like it though. But now, once I fix this, I still have to add length to it obviously because it's about at my waist right now. We're gonna go add some more rows. I love how I thought yesterday I was gonna get this complete. That did not happen, but it's okay. Today is gonna be a very chill me look a little crazy kind of day, so I don't know how much footage I'll get, but let's go and maybe finish it today. I keep saying that. Every single clip you see from me is you're gonna be like, it's the next day, we're gonna finish this today. It's the next day and we're gonna finish this today. And it never happens. But I'm optimistic, okay? What can I say? So here is the layout of the actual cardigan. So here up at the collar part, when I extended and made it bigger so that it would fit all the way around very loosely, instead of doing the back with the, I think it was 5 rows that we did on each side and then connected it, I did 8 on each side and then connected it, if that makes any sense. So I did 8 rows and then worked 8 rows on this side and then worked my way up with still this side. And then as you saw, forgot to leave a space for the collar, so I had to undo that. I am keeping it with 4 clusters like undone, so there's 4 spaces. I think it's cute, not much to say about it. Middle of the day, which is kind of more morning for me, coffee was definitely in order, but this coffee mug is adorable. I just went through all my fall coffee mugs because I haven't looked at them since I moved, and I forgot that I bought this one last year. It's very fitting. It's never too early for Halloween because here I am already getting ready for Halloween and it's barely August. Another reason I decided that it was coffee break time is because I ran out of the black yarn, and so now I'm gonna have to use the other skein. I wasn't planning on wanting to do this, but I'm gonna have to do what I have to do. I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do row-wise just yet. I definitely want it to not be cropped. I think I'd change my mind. At first I wanted it to be a little cropped, but now I don't think I want it to be cropped because if it's cropped, I will less likely wear it. So I'm gonna make it probably full length. I'm gonna continue working on this and we'll see how many rows I end up doing. So I just finished up making the pullover. I absolutely love how it came out. All I really did was I did a single crochet around the neckline and also at the bottom here in the black, just kind of help tie it together. And I looked back on Passionate Kelsey's video and she did that as well, so I decided that it was probably for the best, and it was. I love how it came out. I didn't really follow a lot of the video as far as like attaching it and adding like stuff to it to make it fit me personally. But overall I still followed her tutorial to figure out what I was doing. So I'm gonna link her video down below since that is what I used to make this. I just got done filming a little bit of a view over of what it looks in its entirety outside for you guys. I really do like it. I think this was a very good first piece for the fall time. I'm not exactly sure what's going to be next. I'm definitely going to be wearing this a lot this fall, and I'm going to go ahead and keep this as short as I possibly can, but we know that never happens. My camera has really been messing up with like lighting and focusing and stuff, so I'm sorry if any of these clips throughout this video have been messed up. I know in editing I'm going to try to fix as much of it as I can, but there's only so much I can do about it. Regardless, I hope that you enjoyed, and that if you did, that you'll like the video, comment something down below, and subscribe. You guys already know the YouTube stuff by now. And with that being said, I will see you guys all in my next video.